So when I got to Boston, P, you know this, when they give you your jersey, in your locker, on the side of your locker, it shows you who wore the number before you.
Yeah.
And Bagley and Bill Walton is on my list for the number 5.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep. And I think Johnny Joe does that, or the Celtics do that, so that you understand the responsibility of the number that you about to represent for the people that actually repped it before you. And when I say when I came to Boston, it felt different. This what was different. That you embedded in not just a culture, but a circular network of players of greatness that came in here, and to your talent and who you are, who you think you are, you have a responsibility to plug into that network. And I felt that shit. And when I was the anchor of the defense, I felt the energy of, when I talked to Bill, that was our connection. He was asking me, man, were you anchoring it? What you seeing? And the connection in the conversation was that. And then he would tell me how he would talk to Kuz, or what their language was, or how they was talking, calling out picks and shit. And he was just giving me lit, Lord. And that was what my connection and my to where I was in there in the bliss to the Celtics was that. The responsibility to your talent as who you think you are amongst these greats that's come in here, almost like the Greek gods or the African gods. And that's how I felt, bro. And you get another energy from that shit. And then one day you look up and them niggas sitting there and they're watching you practice. Come on, man. How the fuck I'm gonna sit out with Bill Russell up here watching us practice? Man, you might, and our practice is already on 100.
Right.
We practice how we hoop, and we were niggas. Man, T.A. and B and me and Baby and this. Man, I don't even know how Doc managed all that, but that's what it was.
Yeah.
So shout to Bill Walton, man, and representing the 5, and I hope I, made him proud for it. Real shit.
Yeah, I had quite a few interactions with Bill. Obviously he came to Boston quite a lot and attended a lot of like foundation parties and games, and just being around him doing TV. And the one thing that always kind of stood up to me, I remember when I first met, because Bill Walton is kind of intimidating. Like, you don't really know if you should speak to him. Like, when I first met him, he's not
inviting it.
No, he's not inviting
that
at all,
right?
Right. I'm kind of like checking the temperature with him, but then when I was in the same room with him, I remember first time he was just like, Paul, how you doing? He got that, boy, how you doing, Paul? And then once he opened up, you see how cheerful he is. You know what I'm saying? He's really got a big personality. Yeah. And he was just like, Paul, I just love you, man. Just continue to be you. Don't give a damn what people think about you and everything. And, everything will turn out the way you want it. And he just always would like share that message with me. And then when you look at how he was, he was always himself and different, and Grateful Dead concerts, and
he did his thing.
He wore different shirts. He was just him. He was joyful to be around too, man. And we got comfortable around each other throughout the years, and we always showed each other mutual respect. And it was shocking me, truthfully, when I saw it across the ticker on TV. It shocked me.
He looked healthy. When I see him, he's always smiling. He's always bouncing around. He looks mobile. When some of the old guys get older, man, they're not moving well. He was moving well.
Yeah, he was
still calling games. Man, when I saw that shit, man, man.
So it was sort of a shock, but he'll forever.
Shout to the Walton family, man.
It was a sad day for the NBA brotherhood.
Word.
As we continue, hopefully we can continue his legacy and continue to help him be remembered, through the things he done, and not only in the game of basketball, but in TV and broadcasting. I thought he changed the game in that aspect also. He kept alive. He kept it alive for players to transition into that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so
he was a good broadcaster.
He was a pioneer. In that aspect, one of the greatest college players, NBA players. It's always that damn what if with him too. He could have been one of the greatest ever because he was coming behind. I think he was right behind Kareem, right? He was right behind Kareem at UCLA because Kareem had ran his off. Then Bill Walton coming to UCLA. I'm talking about UCLA, and then he came in. and ran his champ. He had one of the great college careers at UCLA, winning multiple national championships, multiple National Player of the Years. And then he carried it into the NBA to where his first few years, he won a championship with the Portland Trail Blazers. And then he started to have a lot of problems with his knees and feet.
Never could get that under control.
Yeah, his knees and feet. And he just never bounced back to where the level he was at. But his contributions were never go unnoticed, and we appreciate it.